Repoman describes itself as an open world RPG, but what this game is, or isn't, or will be, or will not be, that's just a tip of the strange iceberg. Everything about this video game is strange, looking at every corner. It doesn't help that the title of this game on its own blossoms into a number of different projects. There is the 1984 sci-fi movie, there is the 2010 movie Repo Man, then there is the 2019 trailer for a Repo Man video game. No, not the one this video is about, this is a different Repo Man, although for the love of me I couldn't find a trace of this game anywhere. Hello, it's me from the future. Actually, while digging a little bit deeper after editing the whole video, I realized that when you go to the Steam database and check out the old assets for the Repo Man for this current game, you will find all the assets for this game. So this Repo Man game is basically just the old version of the new one. Alright, carry on. The vague title really doesn't help to sell the image, but I have a reason to believe this is not on accident. As I already said, this title is getting weirder and weirder on every corner, and the first thing I do when I look around for information is the two things Steam always shows: the developer and the publisher. Let's look at the Repo Man's publisher first. The Gamesbox. Gamesbox is a startup company, I can only assume. Their website, gmsbox.pl, yes, it's a Polish company, doesn't leave a lot of hope, as their last activity there is from 2 years ago, but that's okay, surely they are busy with their projects. We will look at those in a second. Luckily though, their website also has a direct link to their YouTube page, which honestly it inspires hope. Now, I'm not the one to judge a book by its cover, even if that cover has 84 subscribers and 5 videos. Here we can find our Repo Man trailer, which sits on admirable 700 views. And then there is the Gamebox's 3 other projects: Riot Control Simulator, Bad Dream Coma, and Primitive. At this point, I'm not gonna lie, I felt like I'm being trolled. Anyways, that wouldn't keep me from exploring this amazing discovery. First, I needed to see the Riot Control Simulator, which is still coming soon.
We're here to protect the city. People are mad. They lose their jobs. I understand them.
The game itself looks, well, it looks like your standard simulator genre. As they say, audience for everything, right? Next on the list, the appropriately named Bad Dream. Not that the game is bad, it's just how this video is starting to feel. This trailer sparked first genuine hope as the bright green color flashes and we see the familiar. This game is actually on Xbox, or would Pandora's box among video game developers lie about that? No, there's an actual link to an Xbox store. You can buy it for $9 on Steam right now. It has even very positive reviews and almost 80 on the Metacritic. Yeah, I'm just as surprised as you are. One thing worth mentioning though, that this is the only game that Gamesbox is publishing that is the actual developer name on it, which is a good omen. we hope, right? So the last piece of puzzle would be the game called Primitive. And I've gotta say, this one even looks pretty well rounded. It's also the most watched trailer on their channel, and that's because this is the only one listed in their channel that is being developed by them. But all of this is probably of no significance because Gamesbox, however shady they may or may not be, are not making Repoman. They are merely the publishers. They are the wallet for the Akara studio. Their website will greet you with the golden rule of marketing. The less you show, the more it seems you got. The minimalistic look, while I appreciate it, only really deepens the obscurity of this studio. On the site we learn of two titles, one of which is Repoman. The FPP debt collecting sim... Wait, what? An FPP? Isn't that the term used for an FPS? See, I'm already getting trust issues here. It doesn't exactly help that the description furthers by stating the game is set in a world alluding in XXth century. Let's just look at the second title, Land of the Blind. This one is actually a very promising concept. Land of the Blind stands on being an accurate bomb defusal simulator, being developed in a cooperation with Special Operation Explosive Ordnance Disposal experts. That is genuinely an interesting topic. One could say more interesting than a video game about a debt collector in a future space magic. Let's look into that one. It's strange though that the title doesn't appear in the Steam profile of Akara Studio. It's okay though, because searching for this title on Steam actually gives us direction. This time called Shockwave, Land of the Blind. That's a creative decision, I'm sure. Let's see what's going on here.
There are 43 secret ways to set up a bomb. 176 ways to die from an explosion. And you thought it would be but cutting a wire.
Sometimes it is about cutting a wire or pulling out the detonator.
If you can get to it.
The electronics then.
Oh, it would be risky, don't you think?
Nothing a water charge wouldn't take care of.
Yes, but then someone might notice you're around.
Well, the game certainly doesn't look terrible, graphically or otherwise. There is one thing though that is still bothering me. If Akara Studio doesn't have this listed, but they do boast about it, or a title with a very similar name, on their own website, then who? Oh, Akara Studio SPZOO, but don't worry, it gets worse. You see, the game Shockwave Land of the Blind, the one that actually exists in some form on the Steam page, also has a publisher. Maybe you've already guessed it, Beniat Games? Benait?
Benayat.
Yeah, well, Google insists on this word to be in Hindi, although we all probably know that you can't fit India into Poland. This publisher, of course, doesn't exist on Steam, so this is a dead account acting like it's gonna publish something. Upon googling the name, we can actually find some trace amounts of information, more so about the game than the company. The Benite Games apparently at some point released specs for two different titles that are not so different, although one game appears to be a survival game and the other is our beloved bomb simulator. The spec requirements are set to be from 2024, which is very interesting as the release date still appears to be TBA, but that's not exactly strange. The strange part is that we can apparently run this on 4GB of RAM and GTX 660. It's needless to say that this rabbit hole really doesn't amount to anything but dry ground underneath some grass patch painted green. Why? My guess would be so that Gamesbox can gain traction and be sold to a bigger company like they might have done once already. Steam is full of these lovely little scam companies, and it's honestly no surprise to find one of these half-baked projects fishing for attention. Oh, I've almost forgot, Akara is looking for help. They are in desperate need of wildlife expert with animator skills, an UI artist, a concept artist, a writer and a 3D artist. This game has been in development for 2 years.
What the man?
Before I leave this video to the historians to uncover one day, there's a final piece of puzzle I wanted to share. In my extensive research of 5 minutes googling, I also found out that in February 2023, Repoman actually released a demo. This can be found in the Steam database. Unfortunately, this demo was already removed from Steam. However, as usual, there is some relics around the internet, and with a little help from trusted friends, some more digging, endless hours on phone, it's all on YouTube. There's literally gameplay of this game already on YouTube. Mind you, this is not a call for some kind of witch hunt. It is a footage of 2-year-old demo that is, well, bare bones might be generous. It's obvious that these people are or were working on this game at some point, and there is some obvious attempts at a couple of original ideas and mechanics.
Let's negotiate. Pick up 21 cards, then confirm. So this is card based. Negotiation is a game of balance. I don't know what I'm doing, but let's see. I don't know what I'm doing. Ah, we won.
At the end of the day, there is really no reason to think this is anything more than another uncooked Unreal Engine product used to gain attention. And you know what? I wouldn't take it off the wishlist just yet.
Yep, because if you look in upper left, it's saying hello multiple times, but nothing's happening. So, and there's no way to pause. Yep, I think this part's just bugged.